What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Money, back at it again with another video on the G35. So if this is your first time tuning into the channel, feel free to subscribe right down below the video, and like always, put that thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. And last but not least, hit that notification bell, that way you don't miss out on any future content that I put on the channel. And like always, if you do those three things, I'd greatly appreciate it, and to be part of the G35 fam. So that being said, how's it going, everybody? Hopefully you're having a great day. So on today's video, I am attempting to install some halos on my taillights for the G35 sedan. Now the year that I have is a 06, so I haven't really seen any videos on the halos for the 03 to 06 style G35s. I've seen them for, you know, the 07 and up. But when it comes to my body style and tail lights, I haven't really seen anything on it. So I thought I'd do a video and see how it comes out. Hopefully everything works out. But you know, if not, then my mistake, you'll learn from it. So pretty much, I know this is gonna be a long video to record, but when I put it all together and you're watching it, it'll be you know, shortened so that way you can see what I did. But that being said, let's get this video started. Alright, so the first step to removing the tail lights is you just take off this plastic piece, take off these little clips, and then you have clips right here, kind of like this. But on this one I lost them. But once you remove that, this little panel will come down, and when you remove it, you'll have your four nuts that you use a 10mm socket to take off. And once you do that, then this whole tail light will pop off. So pretty much something like this. So, you know, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you take off those nuts, you just take off the harness, and the whole tail light will pop out. So on the sedans, you have this little black piece like this. What I use, that way I wouldn't break anything, I use like a plier, like needle nose, and a flat screwdriver, and I was able to pry it off, and was able to remove it without breaking any of these little clips. So once I did that, as you can see, I had bought this knife right here. I think this is better than a box knife because, I don't know, you could get a better grip. I got this off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you want to use it. But pretty much with that knife, you're going to want to kind of just leave an indentation along the lens. So that's what I did. But what I did notice, and I'm going to have to figure it out, is when it comes to right here, this little piece right here, the lens overlaps the you know, the plastic part. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna be able to cut this without cracking the lens. But for the most part, I use this to, you know, make an indentation in the plastic. That way, when I use my Dremel, I'll be able to, you know, have a guideline to go off of. So as you can see, I already started it because, like I said, this is going to be a long process and a tedious process. But as you can see, let me see right here, I already have the blade in there. I don't know if you can tell, it's right there. So just have to go little by little, but you see the blade already in there. So I'm gonna have to, you know, take my time, make sure I don't crack the lens, and just keep going all the way. I'm going to use the Dremel as much as I can, but I'll just be very careful. But that's pretty much what I'm going to do after that. And then when it gets to, you know, this part right here where the lens overlaps a little bit, I'll figure something out. But for the most part, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to continue, you know, cutting down this line so I can, you know, get closer to taking off this lens. So I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, so I got all this. So I figured right here, I'm probably just gonna have to have a steady hand and stay parallel with the lens, and hopefully everything goes as planned. I tried using my my knife to try to make like a little penetration, but it kept slipping off. So I'm just gonna have to have a steady hand and hopefully be able to connect with this line. So I'm gonna do that right now. We're gonna see what happens. So pretty much the way I was able to, like I said, get on this little lip, I pretty much had the tail light upside down, and then with the Dremel I kind of just came at this angle right here and just went along the line with the lens. And then when it came to this part, it was already it already had an indentation in the lens and the plastic. So all I did was with the Dremel just go all the way down till I started seeing the lens. So pretty much hopefully it should all just pop off. There we go. So yeah, just clean this up a little bit. Put that over there. Probably clean that up, and then this is the lens. As you can see, not that bad for my first time. So let me clean this all up, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, so once you cleaned everything up, pretty much you have 4 screws that you gotta use a Phillips screwdriver. So you got one right here, you got one right here, here, and here. So once you loosen these up, the chrome piece will come off. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so once you remove those 4 screws, this pops off like that. Now I did have trouble right here a little bit. As you can see, there's a little clip. For me not to break it, I just popped this out and then just had to wiggle it a little bit, and sure enough it broke off. I don't know if I broke it, but it came off. And then right here you have a harness that you disconnect like that, and then this should just pop out like that. And then with this, you just put that to the side, and then there's your chrome piece. So now I'm gonna have to get take off these lenses. That way, because I want to paint this a glossy black, either glossy black or satin. But I want to get rid of the chrome. So yeah, let's see how we do that. Okay, so this next step, I'm gonna let you know that it's very tedious and you have to be patient. That way you don't break any of the clips. So I was able to remove everything, but just to show y'all what you have to do in order to take that piece off, you have a clip right here, you clip right here, you got a clip right there, 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 and clip right there. So you pretty much got to use like a trim flathead, and try to, what I did was, the ones like for these right here, I kind of wedged the flathead in there first, because with these you can use your finger but I did, I went from one side to the other, but you got to remove it as a whole piece. So just letting you know that is a tedious part, and it's very, time consuming if you don't want to break any of the clips. So now that I did that, this lens right here, you see it has a little tab right there. Just pretty much pop it off like that. So take that off. For this one right here, as you can see, you just got to pretty much squeeze those and loosen it up, and it'll get rid of that lens. Now, something I did notice, so the sedan, as you can see, the lenses for where the LEDs went, you can't take them off like the coupe. The coupe, you're able to take off those lenses. As you can see, you can't do that on the sedan. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just leaving them on there and taping off the clear part, and pretty much drilling my hole. I'm gonna have to use a small bit, and go from there, from that small bit, make like a little pilot hole, and then from there go a little bit bigger so I don't crack everything. That way I can feed my wire through. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that, because on the coupe it's a little bit different, but I'll figure it out. But like I said, my mistakes, you'll learn from it. But yeah, so let me take this off, and then I'm gonna probably drill my holes next, and then after that I'll be able to tape everything off, and then it'll come the part where I paint everything. Alright guys, so now before I tape everything off, I'm gonna use the drill to pre-drill a little hole, and then drill a bigger hole. That way when I run this in, I'll be able to fit it through, because like I said, this piece right here is plastic and there's no holes in it. Even though you see a hole, this lens is one whole piece, so I'm gonna have to drill a hole in it. That way I can feed the wire through. So to determine what hole I'm gonna drill out, that way it still clears everything, the way I look at it is if it's a clock. So on this one it's gonna be your 10 o'clock, and on this one it'll be like your 1 o'clock. So the reason why I'm saying that is because when you put this back on, I'm gonna drill through there and drill through there, so it's gonna clear the clip, and I'll be able to feed it through, and it's not gonna be blocking anything. So that's why I determined to drill that hole and that hole. So the bit that I have is a 532 bit, so I'm gonna just pre-drill it a little bit with that, and then eventually I'll move to a bigger bit. So I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, so as you can tell, I drilled the hole right there, drilled the hole right there. Now I did break off a little piece of the lens, but the halo will cover it. But for the most part, like I said, I had to drill a big hole, that way this little harness can fit through there, just like that. So I'm just using this as an example, as the width you need. So now that I have those holes drilled, I'm gonna do it to this one, and then I'll start taping it off. Alright, so as you can see, I pretty much taped off the parts that I don't want to be gloss, like the glossy black. At first I was gonna end up just painting the whole tail light, but I ended up masking these parts off the lenses, because I want to illuminate the halos as much as I can, so that's kind of like a reflector. So I just ended up taping those off. But now I'm going to use my rubbing alcohol, clean it all down, and then pretty much primer it. Now you don't have to get this brand, but I just got whatever they had at the auto store, and then I'm going to finish it off with this coat. Shout out to my buddy Forever G35. He specializes in painting, so he kind of gave me a little tip on what to get. He has a YouTube channel too. He also has a G35. He's doing a build on his G35, but he also does videos on painting. So if you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. He's a real good guy. So thanks for giving me some tips. But yeah, so I'm gonna start wiping this down with the towel and some alcohol, and then we'll start doing our first coat with the primer. Alright, got my first coat. Now I'm gonna do another coat. So looks pretty good. I actually did 3 coats of the primer. I made sure I got all these little small parts that had chrome showing. So yeah, I did 3 layers. Pretty much in between each layer and coat I did like 5 to 10 minutes, so it's dry. So now I have my black gloss, and I'm gonna you know, do some coats of that, and then we're gonna see how it comes out. So pretty much did my 3 coats and let it sit and dry. So that's pretty much what it looks like. As you can tell, I'm not really a, you know, professional painter. You can see my imperfections. I guess the tape moved when I was spray painting it, so it does kind of look crappy. But like I said, yeah, this piece comes off somehow, but I wasn't able to get it off, so I just ended up taping everything. Kind of looks a little bit weird, but I don't know. This is with the lens. No, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you can still see it, so it kind of looks a little bit crappy. But like I said, my imperfections and mistakes, y'all can learn from it. So pretty much just tape a little bit better, and you know, it'll look a lot cleaner. But for the most part, that's what it's gonna look like. So that pretty much concludes this video, part 1. Part 2, I'm gonna be installing the halos, doing all the wiring, pretty much putting everything back together, sealing it off, and you know, seeing how it looks. So if this is your first time tuning into the channel, like always, subscribe right down below the video, put that thumbs up, and share the video. I mean, if you know anybody who has a sedan, has these type of tail lights, then you know, you might want to check out this video, share it, because like I said, I haven't seen any videos on these type of tail lights getting halo. So we'll see how it comes out, and that's pretty much it. But it's your boy G Money. Y'all have a great day. Peace.